Away we go in Sunday afternoon footy in Canberra, and this kickoff almost getting away from Jojo Fafita. Manly going forward where this guy used to be, Foran, and Brimson slices through. He's got options and he uses them. Fafita, and the Titans have the first try. Brimson in the fullback role. Look out. If he can run that off. Doesn't look good initially. High ball going backwards at the end of its journey. Referee nearly cops the Falcon, and he'll stop play, Liam Kennedy. You're right over the highlight reel.
Was it a Falcon?
I think it's off the Huey side.
That's the greatest thing I've ever seen on a footy field.
On the last, Strange through the hands. Young kicks on the left, looks heavy. He's kept it in, has he? And Tamale scores the try. Chris isn't sure. Try given. Extraordinary. Which way is the bang bang?
That's play. It's play on. Wow. And Tamale, he was gone. He'd half turned his back to go back. He was for a 20-metre restart.
He was going back to spray Hudson Young.
Goes to the open side. Hosking for Weeks. Oh, Timoko ran a lovely line. Set play from the Raiders.
Josh!
What do you eat? Up they go. Oh, Hosking came down with it, knocked it back. This is alive for Savage to score the try. He's yet to taste victory as a player this season. Kicking in behind. Weeks getting there too late.
Gee, let's check possible grounding.
Wow, the grounding is the issue. Oh, yeah, that's nowhere near
Chris
it.
Randall knocks the ball on in the in-goal. We have a decision.
Got a flat pass. Tino sets it up for Pahulu. And the Titans do get that try. The front rowers combining. Fogarty, got whacked, but hit the mark. Weeks, support inside, and Hosking will score. How's Fogarty? He got whacked. Fogarty, Weeks. Oh, what a move. Skips away. Savage to kick. Hudson Young will be chasing somewhere. Oh, here he comes. They get there, do they? No, Campbell denies them. In amongst the couple of Raiders. Fermor denying an offload that Canberra have had no shortage of. Getting there, Savage hits the ground running, and then the burst of speed. Extraordinary try from the X-Man. Strange on kicking duty this time. Chris the target, it's floating away nicely, left behind, and Hudson Young scores another one, and they don't come much easier than that. Got a chance here.
He is now
into open space. Options inside. They should walk this one in, and they do. Timoko, he has a double. Campbell Gillard. Again, they move it on. And what an angle run. Jojo Fafita steps around the fullback, and here come the Titans. Lovely pass from Young. Chris helped it on. Tamale has support. Couldn't find Strange. And now he's running out of room. Flicks it back to Paddy. And they keep it moving. Horsburgh with the one-handed take. Big Red, another offload. Starling kicks. Savage is the speedster. This would be some try. Oh, yes! Canberra! Oh, they're so special when they let the ball fly. An extra beat too long. Fodawaker, he'll score. Siren sounds. Kyo Weeks is wrapped up, and that'll do us in Canberra. Full time here, the Raiders 40, Gold Coast 24.
Be pleased with that, particularly with the second half, to run away with it and not take the foot off the gas.
Yep, we put ourselves into a position where we could go on with it or make it hard for ourselves, and that's a couple of times we've been guilty of. It's not so much taking your foot off the gas. I mean, it looks like that, but we're probably not attacking scenarios where we should be. Where like last week we probably looked at protecting a lead more so than going on with it. But that's just a part of us becoming better and growing and developing as a team. But we're doing okay at the moment. But if we we keep working towards all the standards and the type of play, type of footy team we want to be, we've still got improvement in this group.
Your back five were lethal today. What's it like for you to stand on the sideline and watch them just go to work?
Yeah, it's great, and every other coach and team know that, so they would plan for that every week. And the pleasing thing for me is I know they would plan for that, and they're still doing a really good job. Some weeks are better than others, but we just got to be resilient just persevering with what we're doing and just keep improving.
Morgan Smithies was enormous too. I think 134 metres, 44 tackles, no misses. How crucial is he, particularly during the Origin period when you're probably going to lose a couple of forwards? How great has he been? It was probably his best game of the year this year, Morgan. He's put a little bit of weight on. He's got a bit more impact in his carry. Got a bit more impact now in his defence. It's a little bit like with the Englishmen when they get over here and get two to three off seasons in the gym. They massively improve physically, and Matty Mickelson, that'll be one of his big strengths going forward. He's only a young player. I mean, Morg's only 23, but he does do a lot of work on the field. He cleans up a lot of work, and he cleans up a lot of stuff in defence, but his carries were good tonight too. So yeah, no, I'm happy. Well, look, we didn't have a bad player on the field, and we shouldn't. You know, it's less than 1% of your week, 80 minutes. It's your responsibility to turn up every week and get over that sideline and play good.
Is that Kyo's best game in on the green, you think, with you?
Yeah, it is. But he's a talent. He's a great player, and he deserves recognition. As a young bloke, though, you've got to handle that. All the great players who represent their countries or represent at a Origin level, they handle the accolades and move on with it. And he will. He's a very level-headed young bloke, and again, we still have room for improvement. We've got to keep knuckling down to hard work, and we just hope that we get a little bit of luck. Yeah, move forward.
So it was a hard day at the office last week. That was a hell of a response there from that kid.
Massive, yep. Yeah, it's. We talked about maturity, he and I. There's a chat we had before the game that where he's got to find that maturity in his game, and he did tonight. So he gets targeted a lot, and tonight he was physically he was a presence.
We've seen some incredible tries over the weekend, but that desperation is shown by said Chris tonight to, keep that ball alive that Hudson put the kick in for. So you must both be so impressed with that don't give up to the end kind of attitude.
Yeah, definitely. I think Sebi in those areas this year has been unreal. Like I said, as a team we're happy where we are, but we're not comfortable either. We've still got a lot to learn and grow as a team, and those little efforts is what we talk and what Stick talks about all week.
Ricky, going back to Xavier, some injuries in the Queensland camp, and his name got brought up on the commentary as a possibility, I guess, a bit of a bolter that could potentially come in.
I don't know. I haven't seen that, and I don't know.
Murray Taulongi's got a calf.
Oh, has he? Yep.
Injury.
Look, if it's not this year, I think he's going to be an Origin player. I firmly believe that. But I've said this, David, before you're even at the Canberra Times, that I wish I had 6, 7, 8 Origin players like some other teams do, because you're going to be in the top 4 each year. You're going to cop a little bit of heat over the next 4 to 6 weeks, but I'd cop that every time, every year. Because if you've got the best players in your team, you're competing for the big prize at the end of the year. So you go into Origin and play Origin football, you come out a better player. You can see what's happened to Hudson Young. Mal Meninga had a bit of belief in him. He picked him,
And the belief that he was shown through Mal, and then how well he played for Australia, he's had the best off-season he has had since he's been here. You see what Joe plays international football. You come back from international football, and Joe's played it for Joe and Papa and all those boys. They go and play international football. They come back better people, better players, I should say.
So same question: how far off is Ethan Strange from representative football?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what selectors think, but Ethan Strange is going to be a rep player. Ethan Strange is going to play Origin football. I said that today. There was a comment in the paper. Did you ask me? A comment from Gus that he believes he's a Origin player, and he is. 100% he's an Origin player. It mightn't happen this time around, but he's an Origin player. I think Hudson Young should be starting. And I think Corey Horsburgh will get picked as well. I'd start Corey. I mean, Corey's Corey makes a difference to your forward back, especially when he runs direct. But Hudson Young, Hudson hasn't been shown any faith in over the years as an Origin player. And look, I get it. Every coach has got their own opinions, and I'm not being biased. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing at the moment. But Hudson should be starting in this Origin team this year. He's a form back row of the competition.
It was a great announcement to start the week, about Tom Starling signing for another 2 years. This club looks to be heading in a really positive direction. How important was that signing for you guys, Ricky?
Yeah, it was important to keep Tom. Tom's a Raider. Everybody, boys don't. No one likes to have depth and pressure as a player. I get that, but. We're signing young Jaden Brayley for next year. We've got Owen coming through developing. I apologise to Owen every week. Simi Sasangi every week. I just can't get him enough minutes at the moment. And it's so hard. So hard when you're trying to develop young players, but it's also so hard when you're trying to win. And he got 9 minutes last week. He probably got about 18 this week. Well, probably less. It's so hard because you want to win, but I also want to develop these younger players. But without that pressure and without Danny Levi sitting in behind Tommy and Owen, there's pressure in the halves. There's when you categorise on a roster, you can only have so many positions where there's pressure. So we've made a decision where we want to have pressure on players, and it's like our middles. We've got middles that are sitting out at the moment playing second grade. Dasami and Trey Mooney, they're NRL players. But who do I drop to get them in? It's frustrating for those boys, and I deal with it every week with them. But we've got to win. We've got to look after the club first. They always say it's a great headache to have, but as a coach, I'd love to play them because I know how desperate they are to play, all these boys, but I've got to win too.
Thanks, guys. Des, you guys were right in there at half-time. It must have been disappointing to see it fall away like that.
We've been right in there at half-times on a lot of games, but it's just not acceptable, not good enough, not at this level. Not the amount of work that we put in, the amount of practice that we put in. I think there were 6 of their tries they scored on last tackle, 5 came from kick defusals. 18-12, you've got a right to think you're right in the game. We went back out, similar to Canterbury. We just let in 3 tries, and 2 of those tries were just got to catch the ball in the air, and it just kills you, and then you've got to try and catch up. And it's always going to be difficult against the Canberra side. Only got ourselves to blame.
Yeah, what do you kind of put that down to, I guess?
It's pretty easy to see.
Yeah, is it like an attitude thing or something?
No,
and then
I don't think it's attitude.
You lose momentum?
You just got to execute it. It's what you do in NRL. It's what you do in first grade, you execute it.
Tino, what was that
give
message?
Away maybe 1, maybe 2, but not 6, yeah.
Tino, so what was that message at halftime that didn't quite make it onto the field in that second half?
What's that, sorry?
What was that message in the sheds at halftime that you think didn't quite make it onto the field in that second half?
All the messages were right. We just got to execute as individuals and win moments and individuals, and that's what hurt us in the second half, was that boys never took the game
on themselves and went after it and win them moments. And like Des said, we'll look at the score at the end of the game, so frustrating.
Is it nice to have Kieran Foran back on the field though? Like what difference does he make?
Yeah, no, it was good to see him back out there. He had a long stint on the sideline, and just his experience and his ball playing and just his intent with the way he tackles, it was good to have him out there. But I just wish we could have got the win for him, coming back, and then as a club and as a team.
Des, was that the plan all week to put him straight into the halves and AJ to fullback?
Yeah, he's the sort of player, he's got enough experience. Kieran was the sort of player that you want to, there's no point bringing him off the bench.
What about your spine long term? When everyone's fit, when Keanu's back, and what it will look like?
No, I've got to win some games first, so I'm not thinking about that at all. Thanks very much. Thank you.